Many members of the community also have been touched by the two troopers who were brought home yesterday. We spoke to a former member of the Alaska State Troopers about his time with one of the men and the impact the loss has had on our community. Those who knew Trooper Gabe Rich and Scott Johnson say the men were not only good at their job, but loved by many. Former State Trooper Detective Jim McCann says he knew Scott Johnson from his rookie days, and even then he made a lasting impression.
When someone came on to the troopers and came to our detachment as a rookie, I looked at them pretty closely, and I could tell whether they'd turn out to be a good trooper or not. There were good troopers, and there were also Rands. And Scotty was one of those guys that I knew right from the get-go he was going to be a good trooper. And he was. I referred to him as a little dynamo from Tok. And he was a little dynamo.
Thousands lined the streets to pay their respect to the two Alaska State Troopers this weekend. And McCann says it's important to remember another community is feeling the loss as well.
People on Facebook and in conversations are talking about how Fairbanks has turned out on behalf of their troopers. Well, so did the people in Anchorage. And I know for a fact that if these two fine men had been part of a procession up and down the Tanana and Yukon rivers, the people of those villages would have been out there just as much as any place else. Finally, as time will heal all wounds, it's the family members whose lives will never be the same after May 1st, 2014. After a certain time, we're going to get back to normalcy again. The funeral will be over, no more processions. Talk about these two fine men will fade, and we'll go back to our lives. But the families never do, and we need to take care of them. They need to keep in mind that as things subside, they're going to see a hat hanging on a hook. Well, that belonged to Scott. A pair of boots over in a corner. Well, those belong to Gabe. This is Stephanie Woodard reporting. Alaska State Troopers have announced a memorial will be held this Saturday at the Carlson Center for both Sergeant Scott Johnson and Trooper Gabe Rich. The service will be at 4 p.m.